Hey everybody, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started, and you hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, you need to do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So we're going to talk about some financial statistics, right, that you may be aware of, but we're just going to go over it briefly. All right. So the number one cause of divorce, guess what it is? Any guesses? The number one cause is money and financial stress. So, arguing over things like spending, debt, budgeting, financial priorities. So, that doesn't sound like fun, does it? Well, if you are in the dating world, so you got your married world and you got your dating world. If you are in the dating world and the person you're with does not want to discuss finances, that's a clue to you that the relationship is going nowhere. All right. So that's a little nugget for anybody watching me. Maybe you're in a relationship and maybe you're wasting time. If there's no discussion about that, the relationship's going nowhere. All right. So maybe I save you a few years because you watched this video. All right. Let's see. What about some other statistics? According to PNC Bank, 67% of the population live paycheck to paycheck. 67% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck. And I would think the reason for that would be is because there is not that much education about buying assets. So 67% live off of paycheck to paycheck. I'm thinking the other percentage is living off of their assets. All right. All right. So let's see something else. 37% cannot afford a $400 emergency. Flip that around, 63% can. In terms of debt, 46% of people are in credit card debt. And the average credit card debt is around $8,000, $8,300. The debt number is into the trillions, and this is credit cards, housing, student loans, auto. So we're in this credit score system, right? So the worse your credit score is, the more you are paying in interest for everything. So if your credit score is not so well, you're paying more for that car. You are paying more for that house. And it's a more expensive life. And these fees go unnoticed. All right. It's a more expensive life if you don't have a good credit score because they're charging you more in interest. And all of this goes unseen. It's some things you can't really see. But it's a more expensive life just because your credit score is not good. Maybe you don't care about a credit score. Maybe you don't care about credit score. Maybe you just have not been exposed to the reasons for improving the score. Could be a variety of reasons. Maybe you just need more money. Maybe it's nothing you're doing wrong. Maybe you just need more money. You need to figure out a way to get more money coming in. Either way it goes, you're being overcharged when your credit score is not good. So having a good credit score will cause you to pay less in interest. You're paying less than interest for this properties that you're buying. You're paying less in interest for the car that you're buying. And how do you get a good credit score? You get a good credit score by paying off your credit card. That's what they're looking at. Paying off that balance every month. And that's because to get into the habit of actually doing it. So it's easier to have the habit of just having that card overcharged. That would be easier to have that habit, especially if you got unexpected bills coming left and right. Maybe the car breaks down. That's a good 2,000 right there. All right, unexpected bills. So it'd be easier just to have your card charged up. And so as far as the habits could go either way. Your habit is to have it charged up, or your habit is to get that balance paid off every month. So starting this new habit that you are paying something on that card every week. And the goal is to get that balance paid off every month. And the reason for that is to just develop this new habit. It's like creating a new muscle, something that you're not used to. This new muscle every week, you're paying something on this credit card. And the goal is to pay off this balance every month. Why? Because it's going to try to creep back up. That's what it's going to try to do. It's trying to creep back up. So to slow down that creep, you're paying something on it every week with the goal of paying off that balance. Now, of course, you want to make sure not to pay it off to zero. Why? Because if you pay it off to zero, they're going to cancel the card. And you're going to be looking at them like, what did you cancel my card for? So that's what they do. When you pay it to zero, they cancel the card. So that's something that you want to absolutely avoid. You don't pay it to zero. Leave something on it. All right. But developing that new muscle, just like, say, for example, you don't exercise. So a new muscle in terms of exercise would be maybe you're going to go for a walk on your days off. So you're off of work. So you're going to go for a walk. So that's a new muscle in terms of your body, in terms of building health. So what you're doing now in your youth, your body is going to thank you for it in your elder years. So the same when it comes to the credit card, you're developing a new muscle, and that new muscle is every week I'm paying something on this credit card, developing this new muscle. In addition to that, looking through the credit card statement to see what are they charging? What are they charging? And you might be surprised. You might be surprised what you're buying with that credit card. And it's good to look at it because then you could kind of change your habits. Like if you are buying stuff that you don't need, Uber, for example, if that applies to anyone, you might really be surprised on how fast those charges rack up. So looking at that credit card statement to see, why is this charge back up? I paid it. What is it up? Why is it up? And just looking at those habits and developing new muscles. So to get a great credit score, you're paying off that balance every month. All right. And then getting into investing. So you don't want to wait until you pay off your debt off before you start investing. So do both simultaneously. All right. You're paying that credit card off and you're investing. All right. Some would say pay your debt off first and then invest. I say do both simultaneously. Why? Because that's time that you could be investing. Like if you wait to pay off the debt, that could be years for some people. So that's years that you could have been investing. All right. So you're paying off the credit card and you're investing. All right. So do me a favor. If you like the channel, I need you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. If you are interested in improving your finances, check out my free newsletter below. Feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget, on your way out, hit that like button. If you know anyone else interested in improving their finances, share the channel. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.